Steelers Nation, hold on tight because the Pittsburgh scene is filled with tension and critical decisions. First, Bettis, the legendary Bus, didn't mince words when analyzing the disappointing performance of the ground game in 2024. With Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren in the spotlight, the criticism was heavy, making it clear that expectations were not met. And as if that wasn't enough, Mike Tomlin's situation adds even more drama. After yet another early playoff exit, the coach finds himself on the hot seat, with fans and experts questioning whether he's still the right man to lead the team. You won't want to miss a single detail of this controversy-filled episode. Make sure to hit the like button to support the channel, and let's dive into the video. Steelers fans had big dreams for Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren in 2024. With Arthur Smith stepping in as the new offensive coordinator, the hype was real. This was supposed to be the year Pittsburgh's run game became an unstoppable force. But in reality, it just didn't happen. Sure, Harris crossed the 1,000-yard mark again, but his impact wasn't nearly enough to snap the Steelers' playoff drought. And Warren? He struggled with injuries, showed flashes of brilliance here and there, but never quite lived up to the expectations. The running game, which was supposed to be a cornerstone of the offense, fell flat. It lacked consistency and failed to carry the team when things got tough. Bettis, the legendary Steelers running back, didn't hold back when addressing the team's struggles during an appearance on the Dan Patrick Show. Bettis was clear. Putting all the blame on Russell Wilson, Pittsburgh's quarterback, wasn't fair. Instead, he called out the running backs, indirectly pointing the finger at Harris and Warren for not stepping up in key moments. Right now, the Steelers have been in this phase where they're trying to figure out the quarterback position, and they've come up short, Bettis explained. If you give Russell Wilson a solid O-line, 2 legit receivers, and a strong running back, he can succeed. But asking him to carry this team at this point in his career, that's just not fair. While Bettis stopped short of outright saying Harris and Warren had bad seasons, anyone who watched the Steelers endure their 5-game losing streak could see it. The run game just didn't deliver when it mattered most. Yes, the problems ran deeper than just those two, but they didn't rise to the occasion as many had hoped. Bettis also pointed out another glaring issue. The Steelers desperately need a reliable second wide receiver. They don't have anyone opposite George Pickens, Bettis said, and they need to figure out if Pickens can truly be the guy they need, on and off the field. That comment adds another layer of intrigue to the Steelers' 2025 offseason. Pickens, while electrifying on the field, has faced constant scrutiny for maturity concerns. The team now faces a critical decision: extend him or explore trade options. Letting him go would be tough, but Pittsburgh has a history of moving on from talented yet problematic wideouts. And let's not forget Najee Harris, who's set to hit free agency. Many believe the Steelers will let him walk, potentially paving the way for Warren to prove he can be the guy. Of course, that's if Warren even fits into the team's long-term vision. Add in the lingering quarterback questions, and you've got a Steelers team staring down a pivotal offseason. With coaching changes on the table and no clear path out of their current good but not great rut, Pittsburgh's front office has some massive decisions ahead. This isn't just any franchise, they're built for championships, and Bettis knows that. The pressure's on, and every move they make in 2025 will be under the microscope. Buckle up, Steelers Nation. What do you think about the Bus's comments? Was it fair to criticize Najee and Warren, or is the problem deeper? Share your thoughts, because the next story is even hotter. Mike Tomlin's future is on the line. Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers are facing the heat once again after another disappointing playoff exit. It's becoming a familiar story. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and that dry spell is testing the patience of fans. Tomlin, who started his tenure in 2007 with incredible success, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 championship, and a 5-2 playoff record in his first 4 seasons, has struggled to maintain that magic. Since then, his postseason record has sunk to 3-9, leaving him at 8-11 overall after their latest loss to the Ravens. Understandably, this decline has people questioning whether Tomlin's leadership still resonates with the team. While national media often backs him, Pittsburgh's late-season collapse and lackluster effort against Baltimore sparked fresh doubts. During his end-of-season press conference, Tomlin was pressed about the team's repetitive failures and whether it's caused him to rethink his approach. His response? Classic Tomlin, candid and unwavering. "Absolutely," Tomlin said. "I've got this saying the guys throw back at me. 2 is a pattern." And it's true. There's a shelf life for sticking to the same adjustments. While the results may look the same, I can assure you we're not doing the same things expecting different outcomes. We've adapted, changed our approach, and we'll keep doing that because we're falling short of our goal, to be world champions. Our objectives are crystal clear, and so is the fact that we're consistently missing them. That's why we'll keep tweaking, refining, and turning over every stone to get where we want to be. That's the mature, professional way to handle it. Tomlin's 2 is a pattern mantra is meant to light a fire under players. But let's be honest, it hasn't felt like that urgency translated on the field. Repeated losses, combined with an offense that looked predictable and a defense that seemed to check out in key moments, made it hard to believe the team was truly adapting. And the whispers didn't help. Reports surfaced after the Ravens game that players seemed relieved the season was over, a brutal look for a franchise with such a proud history. While Tomlin remains firm in his commitment to the team, the question of his future is unavoidable. After 18 seasons, his streak of avoiding losing records no longer holds the weight it once did. Fans are calling for change, but the Steelers are notoriously loyal to their head coaches. Could this time be different? Mark Kaboly, speaking on the Pat McAfee show, pointed out an interesting wrinkle. Tomlin's fate might be tied to owner Art Rooney II. Kaboly noted that Rooney's legacy as team owner is intertwined with Tomlin's tenure, and it's unlikely he'd want to step down while the Steelers are stuck in this playoff funk. Rooney, now in the twilight of his ownership, could pass the reins to his son Daniel in a few years. Conveniently, Tomlin's current contract has 2 seasons left, which could align with a broader organizational shift. So where does this leave the Steelers? It's hard to imagine them parting ways with Tomlin just yet, but with fan frustration growing and the team stuck in neutral, all eyes will be on how Pittsburgh approaches the next 2 seasons. If the Steelers can't break this postseason slump, even Tomlin's remarkable track record might not be enough to keep him around. For now, the clock is ticking. Steelers Nation, the moment is critical. The downfall of the running game has shown that dependence without consistency leads to failure. And Mike Tomlin, despite the respect he's earned, seems stuck in the past with decisions that no longer deliver results. Something needs to change in Pittsburgh, whether in leadership or in the team's approach. Do you agree? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates on the Steelers rebuild.